ZBR139.5. Let's turn this on too. I look kind of orange. There we go. Don't look much better. I mean, we're talking about Zampler, number 12. The 12th installment of the Zampler compilation CD series. They came out on December 31st of 2018. It's new. So why don't we go ahead and discuss it then, shall we? Alright, so honestly, this ushered in a new era, in my opinion, of ZBR. This was essentially the first Zampler, I think, after the US store had opened. If you look at the track listing on this, this is still one of the strongest Zamplers to this day. And it has 14! Well, at the time of its release, it had 14 unreleased tracks, which is, I believe, a record for a Zampler. I don't think there's ever been that many. It's usually between 5 and 9, so 14 is just like unheard of for a Zampler. Makes me hella proud. So, what do we got? Let's talk about the actual Zampler. So we've got the first track. I mean, talk about coming out big. It was the track 7 Half Truth from Nouveau L'Escure that opened this. So no one, I don't think, maybe there'd been a single or two released at this point, or maybe this was the first song, but I definitely remember when the Zampler came out, I would look at the stats and so forth, and there were two tracks that definitely got the most play on this Zampler, and that was obviously one of them. Number one, because it's the first track, but it's just an absolute banger. It's so good. What do you got next? You got Jean? Who knows? They're from France, and it was basically the first song that was released off of Sync, the 5-way split. Sleeper Wave and People's Temple Project at this time had not come out, so those tracks on here were unreleased. You got Apostles of Eris, so this was kind of the first song where Jesse and I had really gotten into everything and started doing a lot of recording. So I had been in the world that summer, and then I was in Miatej, and then I was in Swallow's Nest, and all of those things ended essentially within a year of each other. Well, Swallow's Nest started and ended in 4 months. For me, at least, because that's how long I was in New Zealand for. Anyway, this is one of my favorite Apostles of Eris songs, and one for all that I know. The guitar, in particular, is just absolutely fantastic. Jesse nailed the, like, harmonics, like, Swedish-sounding thing. It is just utter amazingness. And I think it's interesting, too, to listen to that track now, because we don't write like that anymore. That was kind of like, here's all my lyrics, I recorded them and I'm not happy with these sections, so you take all of those, so it's kind of back and forth. We don't really do that much anymore. We kind of just write our own lyrics, or we double them up or use the same lyrics. But this was very much a back and forth, which I guess in all honesty, if we were together when we were writing these things, I think it would be like that, because I like my back and forths. Blood Brothers! Alright, continuing on, you've got you got Girl Arm, Coarse Cape Light Curtains. That's a ridiculous 4 in a row. This was the first Lytic track that had come out off the 7-inch with the Shizune, so All Bleeding Eventually Stops. The Neonde Plugin song was new. Rex, which might have been the first single off of that. I'm gonna get it confused with the new one. Frustration? Is it Reflection? I don't know. No, it's not Frustration. It must be Reflection. It's the second one. This was interesting. We had Modern Rifles with a new song that was from the 2000s, but had not, or 2011, 2010, 2009. I don't remember. Late 2000s, and they, for some reason, they left off 3 tracks, and from that recording session that were not on the CD, and I got those 3 tracks, and I re-released the tape, which is Out Past the Rings coming really soon. But this was the first time that Hot Stone Meat Party had ever been heard by anyone outside really the band, because they had just kept those 3 songs to themselves. They read a review that I had done of their band, and then the bassist sent me the 3 songs. He's like, hey, I've got these extra 3 songs. And anyway, Out Past the Rings coming. What do you got? Alright, so the other most played track off of this was most definitely Senza's Born of Dirt. So, I mean, like, two absolutely massive albums from ZBR that came out in 2019 were Nuva Oscura's self-titled and the Senza's Even a Worm Will Turn 12-inch. Those two are, to this day, I believe, two of the best Screamo records that have ever come out. And they came out, you know, on ZBR so close together, it just makes my heart hurt in a good way. And so, yeah, Born of Dirt is one of their best tracks, and when this came out, I don't think it was a final master. So when you first downloaded this, in like maybe the first week or so, maybe the first just few days, you did not have the finished version. But yeah, you do now. There was I Eat Heart Attacks, Vienna, which was supposed to be on an upcoming full-length, but they broke up. Basically, they were supposed to come for ZBR Fest 2020, COVID happened, and then they stopped happening. And that's the story of that, which is too bad. I think they released 2 singles that would have been on the new album. So there's 2 songs out there. I forget the name of the other one. It's probably on a Zampler. Anyway, Tropical Iceland with Teresa. So D hadn't come out yet. I had reviewed Tropical Iceland. I was a very big fan. Very good emo violence stuff. So this was a premiere of Teresa. Then you had the premiere, what was next, of the Shizune song. That would make sense, from the Lytic Split. I'm not going to try to say that name, but that's a very good song also. Swallow's Nest was new for the Stork and the Pelican. Definitely one of my favorite Swallow's Nest songs, probably my second after Suddenly for New Doors. The bass riff, Jörg's bass riff in the end of that song is, oh, it's so very nice. And having it played live, it just had that much more oomph to it, and it was great to hear. Nibuin, the last unreleased track on this is Nibuin, which is, at this point, still very exclusive to the Zampler, because they've tried recording their new album. Well, they tried once and it didn't work, and then they've, I think, finished the second time. But anyway, this is a live version, because at this point they had got their singer Danny to join the band, and the first LP and the Envy cover as well, I believe. Danny is not on any of those. Danny's from Sweden, so it's like US band, Swedish vocalist. I got to play with them a bunch when I went on tour with Swallow's Nest, because they were on tour with Cassis. So I got to play with Cassis and Nibuin like 3 times on tour, which was ridiculous. Very, very blessed in a scientific way. Alright, I guess that's it. There's 34 tracks. They are just all good. This is such a good Zampler. Let's go through these quickly. I did 125 on these like reverse style paper, so they're like 2 different colors. I don't know, I guess there's probably 20 to 25 of each, probably 25 of each. Pink, what's inside? Gray, okay, cool. What do you got here? You got gray on the outside, pink, okay. Orange. What do we got? Yellowy orange. Blue. Blue, and I think this is the dark blue interior, yes. And these were golden tickets. This was the first time I ever tried to do a golden ticket. Second time? First time, yeah. Oh, yeah. So, I still have one of these, and I don't need it anymore. So I am going to do... Oh, I didn't think this through before doing the Past the Rings. Alright, we're going to do this on the spot, shall we? Any orders in the Canadian International Store from now until December 31st, I'll just do like a little draw thing for these Zamplers, with the exception of one, which I will keep. And you can just they'll be added to your order. And one lucky person will get this free pass to go back in time to 2019 to see ZBR Fest in Vancouver. Oh, no, that doesn't make any sense. So why don't you just come to the 2023 ZBR Fest? This will be an official golden ticket, because we don't do the tickets anymore. So now there's one. There's what the CD looked like. Oh God, we're gonna die. Zampler 12 with the guy getting his head cut off. So if you don't understand what's going on there, the Starship Troopers reference is actually done twice, because, well, first of all, no, let's talk about this first. First of all, there's a new thing going on in like the news section where what's it called? Hiding in the Outpost. So there was the guy hiding in the outpost. He like gone crazy. All of his other people in his unit had been killed, and he was just like hiding out. So he, you know, at one point he's like, "Oh God, we're all gonna die!" And then a thing like swings by and decapitates him. So I thought that would be great for the children, you know, put on the CD. Are they all like that? I think they are, because that's a good picture. Yeah. And then here's the inside of it. Just a track listing. Tristan Jennings did the art for this. Tristan is, what does he do? Inkbeard art, I think. I believe that's Inkbeard Illustrations. Inkbeard! It's Inkbeard something. Go check him out. He did the art for this. It's awesome. And not only is it very cool and goes to the Starship Troopers with the guy being, you know, dead and all, the double use of the Z here is just, I love it. Zampler and Zing Beach Records flipped over. So, yes, very nice job indeed. There was 125 made. Oh, by the way, Tristan played in Recreant and currently plays in Star of Kalara, I guess is how you pronounce that. What's coming up next? Next is the Nuvo Lascura 12-inch LP self-titled that was one of the biggest things that ZBR has ever done and probably ever will do. Truly, like, yeah. I'll save it for the next time, Post the Rings. For It Is All Very Much Fire.